recap of what we've accomplished up to date and what I see Organizing for America and all of you doing over the next 3 or 4 months. When we first got here, the economic recovery package was the first order of business. The president told us and told the country that it was absolutely critical for the economy to get moving again to get that passed. And as you may remember, there was some folks stalling in Washington. The leaders in Washington were not moving quickly enough. So we sent out questions. We sent out an email to our list asking for questions because there was a lot of misinformation around this economic recovery package. We received 30,000 questions. We had the governor, Governor Tim Kaine, the chairman of the DNC, provide answers in a video, about 12 representative answers. And then we asked folks to go out and collect stories in their community about what the economic crisis was doing. You know, the tools that we have, beyond having a very big email list, beyond having you know, the energy and enthusiasm to bring folks together on a Saturday morning, is the ability to tell real life stories. And the special interest in Washington and the folks who have generally had their way in Washington try to use Harry Louise type actors to tell a real life story. But what we have are real humans who are affected, real Americans who are affected by the choices that Washington makes. And we have this unique opportunity now to let our leaders in Washington know that we're listening, we're watching, and we're informed, we're educated. And you know, the status quo is no longer acceptable. The economic recovery package did pass, and we then moved on to the budget. So we, and I'll be honest with you, they're not incredibly exciting issues to get organized around, are they? The economic recovery package and then the budget. But we had hundreds of thousands of people call their member of Congress telling them that they support the president's budget priorities. The budget has passed. The next big issue now for Organizing for America will be health care reform. We had a great start on Monday when the president brought those groups together and they agreed to cut $2 trillion over the next decade in healthcare spending. But there's still a lot of work to be done. The president laid out 3 principles that Congress must address when they come up with their healthcare reform legislation. Choice, making sure that choice is available to every American, making sure that cost is reduced, and making sure that folks have access to quality, affordable healthcare. Now, the 4th one that could be in there is we have to get it passed this year. So just to give you guys a sense of how active and involved and engaged we are, our list is on healthcare, we sent out an email, I sent out an email earlier this week asking people to sign a declaration saying I support the president's healthcare priorities. And in 24 hours, 170,000 people signed that declaration. Just to give you a sense, that's 3 times more than signed the budget priority pledge in that same 24-hour time span. People are extremely fired up and understand that reform has to happen in 2009. Moreover, Congress right now is moving on energy legislation. And we have a lot of information on folks who are in our list. And we know about 500,000 people care a ton about the energy and the environment. So I think you'll see us provide some help and assistance there. And of course, many of you know a Supreme Court nominee will be named at some point in the future. And depending on what the other side does, and the conservative groups are already ramped up, they're sending out mass fundraising appeals based on a nominee that doesn't even exist yet, saying that this is going to be a huge fight. But you know, we have to be prepared to support the president's nominee. And when that person is chosen, I think you know, we'll have some very specific asks for all of you to help support that person and the president.